Hi, this is Rod Boomer Guitar Sessions, and today we're going to learn how to restring your electric guitar. Stay tuned. The various different things you need to restring a guitar is, first of all, new strings. These are my favorite String Joys. They're from Nashville, Tennessee. String Joy. We love String Joy here at Boomer Guitar Sessions. Get a set of strings. Now, this is an electric guitar. What you want to look at is the gauge of it. If the 9 gauge is probably as thin as you want to go, though some people have done 8. I think those are weird, but you can try it out. 9 gauge is typical, kind of like I don't have to struggle that much gauge. 10 gets a little more bluesier, a little more tougher to bend and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, if it says 9 in the thing there, that is your string. All right, next thing we need is steel wool. Now for the steel wool, we're going to wipe down the neck with this. The steel wool should be the finest steel wool you can get. Okay, that gets off all the gunk that was on there from the however long you've been playing it before you restrung it last. Okay, so next thing is this is a super great tool for us restringing. It does two things. It's a peg winder. It winds the string a lot faster than your hand does, and the other thing it's a string cutter. Okay, so when I'm doing this, what is really, I want to have all my tools here. I want to have the cutter and all that stuff present while I'm doing it. That's a super good tool to have. So next is a polishing cloth for polishing. And the smartest man I know when it comes to fixing guitars and treating guitars well is Jeff Hostetter, and he says this is what he uses in order to polish guitars, which is a hack. It works really great for guitars. So it is show car glaze, Magulars mirror glaze. Anyway, you can buy it online. I found it on Amazon or whatever. So anyway, lastly, we have the guitar tuner. I'm using the Snark super tight brass, yellow, black guitar tuner. You want it to be chromatic. That's the only stipulation. You want it to be chromatic guitar tuner. So, all right. So what we're going to start with is in taking the strings off. These top strings, you want to go counterclockwise, and that with the peg winder, and then you just go and go and go until the string is loose. Step is to take the strings off. As we loosen them, all right, next thing, this is something I do. I cut all these off, so when you take the strings off, they're not, no, that's not what you do. Spill them all over the floor. Okay, so there, and then what we do is we fish it out. Every guitar is a little bit different. Fish it out. Fish it out. This is the Paul Reed Smith SE 245. Next thing I do is I dust it, because you're not going to get a better shot at dusting, getting all the months of dust off. Without the strings. Now, if this is grimy, I would take this stuff and polish it up, but I'm not gonna, because it looks pretty sparkly as it is. Next thing I would do is take that extra fine steel wool and lightly go across each of the frets. And that gets the grime off, if there's any grime. If there's any grime to be had, it will be gone. Looks pretty good though. Looks like this guitar needs to be used more, which is good.
Good.
And there it is. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to open up the box, the string joys. Okay. And when you get a box of string joys, or any string, Diodario is a good string. Ernie Ball is a good string. You have 6 strings from thick to thin. So from thick to thin, the 42. I'm going to put the strings on. Actually, before I do that, I move my holes here north and south. So I can put my string down from north to south. Okay. First string, the 42, that's your low E string. And the bag doesn't tear. Looks like that. Open the string up. Try not to kill yourself. Nobody needs to die in the process. And what you then do is putting my string through there. So you got that in there. Now what I'm going to do now is hold it tight, because this tailpiece will fall out if it's not held tight. So hold it, and then the excess string is the string is going to go from north to south. And you're going to have a lot of excess. Now what I then do from there is this string goes underneath this string here. And I pull that taut and I go counterclockwise. And when this string comes around, this string is going to go underneath that, so it's going to trap it. See that? So this string is going to go underneath this. So you have one above, one below. One loop above, one loop below. And the first strings, you're going to have a lot of extra string. There you are. That's the excess. From there, I take my string cutter, north to south. Take 4 inches, pull it out like that. This goes underneath that. Counterclockwise. This goes underneath. This string right here goes underneath this string. Then we clip it off. Notice that all these strings are all in the same direction. They're all like little loops are in the same way. None of them are going over top. They're always coming underneath. Okay. The bottom ones are going over top of these. So it's kind of like a mirror. All right. This goes underneath. This goes over top. This peg winder saves us a lot of time. Be sure to move your thumb out of there before you lop it off. That's another trick. All right, the final things we do when we have our restrung guitar is we stretch the strings out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. And then I tune it. With my super tight snark tuner. Stretching again, very important, so you don't have an out of tune guitar for weeks. You want to get that out of tuneness done, because that's, once you get the stretching done, it should stay in tune reasonably. Stretching, stretching, stretching. your guitar. This is Rod, Boomer Guitar Sessions. Hope you got a lot out of this. Restring your guitar. Thing about restringing your guitar, makes your guitar feel new every time you do it. So once you get used to this, you won't stop doing it. So anyway, take care of your guitar, take care of yourselves. I believe in you. See you next time. Hi, this is Rod from Boomer Guitar Sessions. I personally wanted to thank you for being part of our community. If you like what we're doing here and you want to see more of it, please hit the like, subscribe, and share. And this helps me spread my musical messages to all over the world. Thank you. I appreciate you. And always remember, you can do it.